What's good, YouTube? Back again with another video, and today we're going to discuss every single Jordan that's been retro that has Nike Air on the back. Now, there are some other retros, non-original colorways that do have Nike Air, so we're going to pretty much exclude those. We're just going to talk about original colorways. And of course, the four models we're going to talk about is the Jordan 3, the Jordan 4, the Jordan 5, and the Jordan 6. Those are going to be the four models that have Nike Air on the back when they originally released. Then, of course, they were re-retroed and they had Jumpman on the back. And now we're starting to see Jordan Brand put Nike Air on the back again, right? Now, there is some missing, some that haven't been re-retroed with the Nike Air. And we're going to discuss some of those as well. So I guess I could start with the Jordan 3. Phenomenal sneaker. We just recently got a release of the Fire Red Jordan 3. So here we have Nike Air. Fire Red Jordan 3. This was really nicely done. If they could remake the true blue and the white cement in this fashion, this would be so dope. Now, the white cement, we're going to talk about this one here. So I think this one's a little bit better as far as materials. But of course, it doesn't have the OG color blocking because it has the free throw line, stripes. So we'll get into all of that. But here we have the first one, the Fire Red Jordan 3. Very clean. I actually have all four retros with the Nike Air. This was the second version, or the second retro, the first one being the white cement. This is the true blue. Man, the leather difference, bro. Let me just show you guys real quick. All right, so here we have this beautiful leather on this, and then on this one, I mean, I'm pressing it hard, y'all, and it is, woof, I mean, if you have these on your feet, these might as well be a weapon. Like, you could just take your shits off, beat somebody over the head with them, because these shits is wild hard. The color blocking is original form, though. So the last retro had blue lining behind the tongue. I'm not sure, may have even had a blue Jumpman. And this one actually kept it true to form with the color blocking. And of course, we get that Nike Air as well. True blues are dope. In my opinion, it's a great sneaker. It's just when they came out with this model at the time, it was super stiff, right? So that is the True Blue 3. And then we have the first retro with Nike Air on the back. The 2013 pair. White cements. Leather wasn't that good as well on these. We have Nike Air on the back. Very dope. Plush tongue. Funny enough. But yeah, this was just one of those sneakers, man, that the materials just wasn't so good on these. And the reason why I brought these up is because these are a lot nicer, right? Let me put this back before I ding my head. So this is basically the same model, right? I mean, pretty much the same exact shoe, except, of course, the difference is being the bottoms. But the leather on these are more close to the Fire Reds. Still not as supple and as soft. But other than that, they're more close to what we got, except the elephant print being so thick. We need to get a retro of these like this. So I think what Nike's doing now at this point is this is going to be 2015 version of the Chicago one. So came out with the Chicago one. Wasn't great leather in 2015. And I'm not a leather aficionado. But I think they're going to do the same thing. So now we're getting a remastered Chicago 1. We're getting a remastered or vintage White Cement 3. And they're going to just give us little iterations of the White Cement 3. As we see, we got these in 2018 and 19, I believe. Production date says 17. So these probably came out in 2018, February, I believe. So yeah, again, we're getting small iterations of the original colorway. But would love to see a fire red-ish version of this. That'd be great. All right, so that is the white cements, and then we get the last one, which is the black cement 3. Another great sneaker, Nike Air on the back. This was a time period where the sneakers weren't made as nice as the Fire Red 3, but this is a classic sneaker to have. He wore this in the All-Star game in 1988 in Chicago. So there was a lot going behind this. And in fact, they made some sort of Chicago version of this sneaker when they made this sneaker here, right? So we see the same blueprint almost, except they made an all red model, kind of paying homage to a Chicago colorway. And you could definitely see the differences a year later with the elephant print. So they started to recognize that the elephant print wasn't where it needed to be, and they started to thin out that elephant print by this time. Right, we get the Nike Air on the back. I mean, these are both super dope in my opinion. But yeah, these are both all-star Jordan 3s, so pretty cool. All right, but this is the original colorway. So that takes care of the Jordan 3s. So now we have the Jordan 4s. So the first Jordan 4 that came out with Nike Air, re-retroed, is the Jordan 4 White Cement. Great sneaker. Beautiful. This is probably my favorite Jordan 4. Out of the Jordan 3s, the White Cement is also my favorite, which is funny because I usually cater to the black version of the sneaker, so the plain versions of the sneaker. But for these individual silhouettes, I love the White Cement. Super clean, man. Such a clean sneaker. Again, not the greatest in materials, but this is actually better than the Fire Red that we just got. Bunch of speckling going on the midsole. You guys, I'm sure, have seen these before, right? So Nike Air on the back. And then we get the Fire Red. And these came out, and these almost have that True Blue 3 leather. Not the best leather, but you do have Nike Air on the back. Really clean sneaker. I mean, when you look at the Fire Reds, man, I mean, this screams Chicago. And there's a reason why I'm wearing the screen print jersey, because he wore the screen print or heat pressed. Back then it was screen print. Now it's heat pressed. But he wore the heat pressed screen print jerseys during this time period. So the Jordan 3, the Jordan 4, Jordan 5, Jordan 6. It wasn't until the Jordan 8 where you would see a stitched jersey on the Chicago Bulls. Even for the Jordan 7, he wore a screen print jersey. That'd be the last time they would wear it. These are gorgeous, man. They look so nice. We just didn't get the best leather on them, but that just is what it is, right? And then we have, this may be my favorite actually. We have the Black Cement. This is the first year in which MJ would rock a black Jordan for the playoffs. So this is kind of a special shoe in a lot of ways. And of course, the most iconic moment he would have in these would be the shot against Cleveland to win the series. Like, they were down one, game 5, elimination game. So if he misses it, they go home. He makes it, they don't, and they advance. So super iconic. Bottoms are beautiful. Now, one thing I didn't really point out at first, these should all have Nike on the bottom, right? And that's something that you didn't get on the retros prior. Just to show you the differences, this one is the only one that messed up. I will say that. This is supposed to have Nike on the bottom, and this one does have Nike on the bottom, but of course this has this translucent bottom, so it's not quite the original version. And again, these are supposed to have Nike on the bottom. All right, so that is that. So we're gonna move on to the 5s. We have 2 original colorways that came through with Nike Air on the back. We have the Playoff 5, Black Metallic 5, another phenomenal sneaker. You do have the Nike on the bottom. I mean, very clean, 3M tongue. Just that Nike Air is just so nice, bro. And I love the metallic hits. Very clean sneaker. And then we have the recent retro with Nike on the back. These are the white and Fire Reds. It's probably a toss-up between these and the black and metallics that are my favorite. But those two are definitely my favorite. I do like the other ones as well. So what we're still waiting for is a Fire Red Jordan 5 with the 23 on the side. Now, fun fact, he did rock these with a 23 on the side as well. But that was like a PE version. It was never released until the Countdown Pack. And the Countdown Pack had the Jumpman logo. So we never got an official PE with the Nike Air. But this one came with the 23 on the side, which is super dope. Drop Shadow 23, by the way. If you guys can see it, back in these days, the leather was really tough. This one doesn't have the 3Ms, the black tongue version. We don't have a Nike Air to this yet, right? So we're still waiting for Nike Air on this Jordan 5. And then we have the Grape 5s. Now, this is kind of an asterisk because they came out with the Bel Air 5s with Nike Air, super dope, really nice it seemed like, but they didn't come with laces. So if you wanted laces in your Jordan 5 Bel Airs or Fresh Prints, whatever they called it, you would have to poke out holes and then put laces in, and then you have a Nike Air Grape 5. Officially, we haven't gotten a Nike Air Grape 5, so it'd be nice to get a Nike Air Grape 5 with, of course, the Nike Air on the back. So hopefully one day we get that. And then we go to the 6s. So this is going to be the last model in which would have Nike Air on the back, right? I'm actually going to pull out 2 more pairs because these 2 pairs weren't re-retroed yet. So hold on one second. Before I get into these, let me show you the original Nike Air Jordan 6s that were re-retroed. And this was one of the first models, I believe, in the remastered era that had the Nike Air. I'm trying to think real quick. We had the white cements in 2013. We had the true blues, I believe, in 2015 or 16. I believe these came out in 2016 or 17. Let me just double check. So it says 15 here, so it may have been the end of 16. But these were on sale at one point. That's how easily you can get these. There was a hefty price point on these. These were $220. Now we're seeing Jordans pretty much $220 all the time. Nike Air on the back. These are the Jordan 6 maroon. So it's like an off-white, maybe like a sail colorway. And then you have the maroon hints as well. Actually a really nice sneaker. We are missing the military 4s when it comes to the Jordan 4. We did get a retro with the Jumpman on the back, I believe in 2012. But we don't have the Nike Air version of the military 4, which will complete the set, of course, of the retros with Nike Air. So now back to the Jordan 6. The Jordan 6 maroon was the first one retroed with Nike Air. This was so dope to me, to have an original colorway with the Nike Air. Again, a lot of people slept on these at the time. I'm sure the prices on them now probably crazy. So that's the Jordan 6 maroon. Then we had the Jordan 6 black and infrared. Now, this pair, I believe, was 2020. Oh, maybe 2019. My bad. This pair came out in 2019. This is one of the greatest Jordan 6s of all time. Of course, first championship, 1991 against the Lakers. 6 sneaker, man. It's just one of those classics. Of course, an all-time classic. And we got 2 pairs of these. So we had the retro back in 2014, which was more of a pinkish hue, and it had a Jumpman on the back. This one is a little bit more of the infrared color, which is actually close, very close to the original colors. It had a brighter red than most of the other sneakers he came out with. And also, just something to think about, like Nike and Jordan, pretty much a parallel, same company. The most popular Air Max at the time was the Nike Air Max 90 or Air Max 3 infrared. Of course, they wanted to put that color onto a Jordan. And to me, that's probably why we got this black and infrared colorway, because of that Air Max 90 colorway. So there's that, right? And then we have the latest release for the Jordan 6. We have the Carmine Nike Air on the back again. This is my favorite 6 of all time. I mean, this is just a gorgeous colorway. I think when they first came out, there were some issues with maybe some pink-ish midsoles. This midsole is not too bad. I really don't see anything. You guys tell me. Looks pretty good to me. But this is my favorite Jordan 6. So for it to have Nike Air on the back was always important for me. I also have the Jumpman version as well. This is Chicago Bulls. This is dope. This is just dope, man. And then we have 2 models that haven't been retroed with Nike Air yet. We have the white and sport blue. This leather was pretty tough too. Who knows if they kind of switch it off or if they don't. But this one has the Jumpman logo on the back. Sport blues is super dope. Very clean sneaker. And then you have the infrared. So this is the white and infrared. And this one may be a little bit more of a pinkish hue. And we could just show you a quick comparison. Right? I mean, they're not far apart, but I think because this is on a white base and this is on a black base, it may come off a little bit different. I know a lot of people are complaining about it, but I'll be honest with you, it's a shade darker. Straight up. Like, it's not really far off. But either way, we still haven't gotten a Nike Air version of this. Maybe a little bit of a darker infrared. And then we have the complete set for the Jordan 6s as far as the Nike Air versions. Alright, so Sport Blues and these, and then that's it for the Jordan 6s Nike Air. That is it. That's all I have for you guys in this video. I just wanted to show my Nike Air stuff, man. There was something like pretty cool about that I wanted to give you guys. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I have a special video coming up that I think you guys are going to enjoy. So we're going to talk about pretty much the history of MJ rocking sneakers on the court. All right, so stay tuned for that. Hopefully I'll have that video done within the next week or so, but I think you guys will enjoy that video. All right, on that note, hope you guys have a good one. Be out. Peace.